Hi folks, Steve Dickey here, the president of the Realtors Association for Grey Bruce Owen Sound, with the February 2017 update report. I'm coming to you today from, well, I'm not going to tell you today where I'm coming to you from. You've got to figure it out. So if you're a member of this board and you know where I am based on my background here, post it down in the comments below. And is there a prize? We'll see. Anyway, post your comment, see if you can figure out where I am today. So very interesting month in February. Remember last month I talked about the January numbers and I said, it's interesting just if I looked at the number of new listings reported to see how many of those were relists and how many of those were net new listings or new listings on the board. So what I did is I went back 2 years to 2015 and I looked at the February 2015 and looked at single family homes listed in Grey and Bruce counties in 2015. I took 100 of those and I went through them and individually and looked at, is this the first time this seller tried to sell a house or is it a relist? And the numbers were very interesting. So I found 65% of the listings were relists and only 35% of them were new listings. So fast forward that to 2017 and that ratio almost reversed. There were only 37% of the listings were relists and 63% of them were new listings. So very interesting. So this is exactly the kind of thing you'd expect if demand was going up. That we'd eventually work through the backlog of listings, if you want to call it that, to the point where the relists were dropping down. So I did a bunch of more statistics, and I have this chart, looks just like this. I'll throw it up here on the screen. There you go. And what's on here is 4 years, 2014, 15, 16, and 17 worth of data of the month of February for each of those 4 years. So keep in mind, there's just a 1 month slice out of those years. But if you look at those numbers, bottom left-hand corner is the number of new listings reported by the board. The middle, the tall columns is the total amount of inventory out there. The bottom right-hand corner shows you, yeah, see there's cars going by. Where is this place on that? The bottom right-hand corner shows you the number of sales. And then the top right-hand corner is a little graph shows you the number of months of inventory. You can see back in 2014, we had something like 1,500 listings on the board, only 82 of them sold, and the months of inventory was 17 odd months of inventory. Contrasted with this year, where we're down to about 600 listings on the board. We sold about, I think, 160 odd of them, and that took us to 3.8 months of inventory for the month of February 2017. So we started out 4 years ago deep in a strong buyer's market, and now we swung all the way over into a fairly moderately strong seller's market. Totally different thing for us for the past little while. So we'll see how those numbers work out. So we'll track it as the year goes by, of course, and this is what you'd expect when demand outstrips supply. The problem with real estate, of course, is your supply chain can't just increase quickly. Builders can't just pop up 25 new houses because there's a demand for it. It takes time. It takes months or years for that kind of stuff to catch up. So we'll see how the year progresses, and we'll report to you again in April. And I think if Wyatt and Willie continues in his current stream, it'll be 25 degrees when I talk to you at the beginning of April. Anyway, until then, take care.